All right, we are live. I'm going to give it a couple seconds for folks to come on in, and then we will get this show started. Hopefully, you guys are having a terrific Tuesday. Let's see what we got here. All right, hopefully we're having a terrific Tuesday. We got a few things to talk about when it comes to both the young and the restless and the bold and the beautiful for October 15th. We have hit the middle of the month, halfway through October. Hey, Angela. Happy Tuesday. Melissa Spencer, Myra, Crystal. Hey, everybody. Hey, Tina. Good afternoon. Who else we got coming in this room? Oh, we got folks strolling on in here. Hopefully everybody's Tuesday is great and terrific, and all of the wonderful positive words that begin with the letter T. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Haven't seen your name before, but welcome. Good afternoon. All right, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Hey, Dewan. And then we will get started. Get started. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome you all to Soap Corner Talk, where we're going to discuss both the young and the restless and the bold and the beautiful for the episodes of October 15th, 2024. And yeah, like I said, we are halfway the month. The month is almost over. In about 6 weeks, it'll be Thanksgiving. And then another 4 weeks, it would be Christmas. And it looked like we just got done with Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's. And now we're right back to square one going into another new year. Oh, you are so welcome, Karen. Usually you listen to the recordings. Okay, well, I appreciate you either way. Whether you come in here and chat with us live or whether you listen to the recordings. Monique said Billy and Lily both in trouble, and Jill more so Billy than Lily. Oh, we're going to talk about all of that. Hey, Vicky, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. All right, so enough of the preliminaries. Let's go ahead and talk about Y&R. I'm going to get this other stuff out of the way before I get to Billy and Jill. So we did have where Sharon decided that she wanted to call Nick up on this picnic date. I mean, this girl is trying to shoot her shot hard when it comes to trying to get Nick back into her claws, if you know what I mean. She put the picnic on, and this man is like, Sharon, what is all this for? Hey, Belinda, what is all of this for? You doing all of this first? I know I asked you out to dinner, and you got all dolled up, and you wearing my earrings from back in the day, and now you plan a whole picnic. And she played it off. She was like, I just want to thank you for being there and being so supportive with everything. And that's what this is for. And I'm like, Sharon, I'm giving Sharon the side out. Like, girl, stop it. You know you want that man. You've been fantasizing about this man kissing you and putting you up against the couch and everything else. So, yeah, as much as you want to tell Nicholas that it's all about being supportive. Yeah, right. This is more about you wanting a piece of Nick Newman. So, as the younger kids say, stop the cap. So, yeah, you guys, I mean, I'm like, do we have to see this scene? But I guess it's part of the storyline, because part of Sharon's plan is not only to set up Daniel, which we'll talk about that in a minute, but to also try to get Nick back into a relationship with her. Dewan said, I told y'all Jill was going to be upset. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that. But yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. Can we just get through this scene? I was like looking at the screen like, really? That's what we doing? Okay, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's pretty much how I felt. Because I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess it's to be determined whether or not Nicholas is going to fall for all of this. That's if she don't get caught up in her whole scheme before, he can find out or whatever. Melissa is like, Sharon is hoping to get lucky with Nick, but she's going to be unlucky and go straight to jail after unaliving Heather. That's what I'm saying. She thinking that her plan is working, but I have a feeling that this is going to backfire in her face. Miss Welder 69, hey, welcome. LaShanta said Nick don't want her. Sharon getting way too comfortable, LaShanta. Absolutely. Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Good afternoon, you guys. All my soapies. But yeah, I was like, okay, fine. I guess we'll see eventually if Nick fall for it before she go to jail, right? All right. In other news in today's episode, we had the conversation with Lucy and Faith. And of course, Faith is being a supportive friend now, especially after everything has happened. Hey, Sandra, welcome in. And so, of course, she want to be there for Lucy. She lost her mom, and, they had a whole conversation. And Lucy was like, look, I know you're going through some things, right? However, I don't want you drinking. And she said that she admittedly thought about drinking. But she said, thinking of her mom, Heather, and how she feels that Heather is always watching her now, she said she don't think Heather would be happy with her if she started drinking. So, thinking about Heather is what's keeping her from going into the bottle. Belinda said looking at Sharon's face sitting there watching Lucy crying her heart out was heartbreaking. Sharon is going to break. Yeah, I don't see how she could do it. To see Lucy going through this much pain and talking about how Heather would make her favorite pancakes, and she thought that she smelled the pancakes, but she woke up and of course her mom is not there to be able to do this. I mean, yeah, Jenna, Sharon is one cold broad. That's what Jenna Corsentino said. I mean, there's no way, I can't even fathom Sharon sitting at that table across from that little girl with her face, which is the second picture on the right, on the second row, of that girl crying her eyeballs out, and Sharon is just staring at her, and I'm like, girl. And then she did bring up the fact that, I don't understand why they think my dad could be the one responsible for her disappearance. And Sharon looked like, ooh. I was wondering if she was going to be more like satisfied and happy that Chance is looking into Chance. Lord. If Chance is looking into her dad, or what she had a reaction of shock. And I'm like, Sharon, why are you shocked? You planted the evidence. You told Chance that Daniel and Heather had a fight. Now he's searching the house, or he's under suspicion, and you look shocked by that. That part was unusual. Yeah, Jacqueline, Sharon is showing no remorse. You're absolutely right. And Jenna says, how could she sit there? And Sharon is just ice cold. Yep. DeJuan says Sharon probably doesn't know any more than we know if she unalived Heather. I mean, I'm wondering why they put that blackout scene. What's the only thing that's kind of like, is there more to this? Because soap operas are known for twists and turns. Why did she black out? What did they not want to show us, any type of damage that she would have did to her? Maybe they didn't want to put that on screen. Or did somebody else do it and also knock not only Heather out, but knock Sharon out and left Sharon to hold the bag? And of course, everything else Sharon is guilty of. Sharon probably doesn't know anymore. Sharon consciousness would turn herself in. I don't know. We'll have to see. Miss Welder says Sharon is better at this than we thought she was. Yeah, I can't see how she could sit across that table and watch Lucy talk about all that and didn't break. Hey, TA. TA says Sharon staring at Lucy soulless while Lucy crying her eyes out. Now, I don't know if I would say soulless because she was crying. I did see the emotion in Sharon's face, but still, she didn't say a peep. Didn't say a peep. Hi, Dolores Stewart. Welcome in from Miami, Florida. Welcome. Love the show. Much love. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Thank you for your support. Jenna said they had to leave and out for Sharon. That's what I think so too. There's got to be a reason for the blackout moment. So, but hey, Bree. Bree said they created that blackout moment to leave room for any rewrites. That's what I'm thinking. And, we kind of speculated on a few things. I kind of wonder, people are throwing Daisy out there. I even seen an article today about Sheila Carter. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how what the end game is for all of this. Monique Abrams said, I don't trust people that don't blink when they ask you a question, aka Sharon Newman. Yeah, but Lucy was staring at her. Lucy kept looking at her, and I know Sharon had to be on pins and needles. Oh my goodness. Jasmine says, remember now, Sharon is not in her right mind, and I think somebody else, and then it got cut off. They are going to make somebody else there. I'm wondering, that's what I think that blackout moment is. Got to be something, because Sharon Case has been on this show for 30 years. Unless she's planning to retire, or maybe go into recurring status. Not yet, Tommy. We haven't talked about Jill. Or go into recurring status. I'm wondering if they're going to make it out for her. So we'll have to see. We had a conversation between Phyllis and Daniel. And Daniel was adamant about not letting Chance search the apartment. And Phyllis was like, absolutely, you need to let him search the apartment, not knowing what Chance was about to find. Now, my thing is, a lot of folks are saying that Chance should have got a search warrant, but at this point, I guess it doesn't matter because now he volunteered to have Chance come over and search the apartment. And he was cringing. He thought it could be a violation of Heather's privacy. And Chance was like, look, man, I know, people go through this. It's got to be hard. But if we're going to find some clues on what happened, I need to search your place. And then all of a sudden, which was weird, why was her phone going off? Now, I didn't see Sharon text her phone, but these little voice, what they call it, not dial tone, but those tones that you use for your cell phone, it was her phone signals or whatever the tone is. It kept doing it, and they was like, what is that sound? Is that your phone or mine? And they was like, no, it's not our phones. And then he tracked it over to the liquor cabinet. And what did he find in the liquor cabinet? None other than Heather's phone. And he said, whose phone is this? And Chance was like, Daniel was like, that's Heather's phone. He was trying to grab that phone. He was like, oh, hold on. Did you get that phone from the person that texted you? And he was like, I never met a person who texted me. He said, well, how did that phone get here? He was like, I don't know how that phone got there. And then he went back into the liquor cabinet and he found the towels with the old blood stains on them. And, oh yeah, it's about to go downhill fast for Daniel Romalotti. And unbeknownst to Phyllis, who begged him to have Chance search the apartment, I'm wondering how she's going to feel about the fact that she pushed Daniel to do it. So Daniel found the towels, he found the phone, he found everything. And that was the end of the episode, where it left us with what's going to happen with Daniel and what Chance is going to do next. Yeah, it did sound like a text tone. That's the word I wanted to use. I was like, not tone, a text tone. I don't know what was, her phone just starts, and she made sure, obviously, Sharon that she cut the ringer back on the phone. But see, here's the problem. Here's a writer's flaw. Exactly, Belinda Hill. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, Sharon put that phone in the house a long time ago. The battery should be out by now. You are absolutely correct. Help me understand how that phone still got juice. I mean, it's not plugged up. I think Sharon put that phone in there maybe 2-3 days prior to. That phone should be out. So Jacqueline says Sharon slipped up right there to plant those evidence. Yep. Why that phone wasn't. Yeah, I know. I'm wondering that myself. That phone should have been out. But again, it's part of the storyline. Listen, Dolores, that would be a nice twist if Daisy was coming. I cannot verify anything on that, but it would be nice if they was to do that. So, yep, Chance is now looking at Daniel with a big old side eye. Next up on today's soap news is the whole thing that happened with Billy and Jill. I was begging Billy to tell Jill, please drop the bombshell that Lily has been working with Victor. Just telling Jill that, oh, Lily betrayed me is not going to be enough to sell Jill on the fact that that's why you're not working with her. She took information from Chancellor and gave it to Newman. And I'm like, Billy, say something. Say something. And Jill was like, oh, you're a horrible business person. How dare you do this? You're just crappy. You're trying to destroy my family. And I felt so bad for Billy. How many people in the chat? Let me know. Type a 1 in the chat if you felt bad for Billy. Type a 2 in the chat if you like, nope, Billy got what he deserved. So a 1 in the chat and I'll start it off, if you felt sorry for Billy. A 2 in the chat if you think he got what he deserved. I'm curious to see what y'all felt about today's episode. Let's see. Ooh, I see all the ones. Oh, yeah. I felt so bad for Billy. Oh, my gosh. I did. I see a lot of ones. It's a couple twos, Cheryl Hines and Dewan. But Billy has been... Now, I don't like some of the outside things Billy has been doing. The whole thing with Chelsea and Adam. And I know he got cheated on and all that old kind of crazy stuff and whatever. But this whole situation with this company, Jill... You brought your son in, which is part of your legacy, to run this company. Lily wanted power for herself. She had first colluded with her family. And when that didn't work and, her brother Devon and Nate decided to leave the fold, you still wanted the company to yourself, including ousting Billy. You had 2 plans. Lily had 2 plans to oust Billy. Plan number 3 is, okay, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to work with the enemy to get you out so I can get that seat. And the only way, Jill, you even know about any of this is because Lily got played. And she got mad at Victor. And now she want to run and tell you all about it. So while she's got all this smoke for Billy, I'm like, Billy, open your darn mouth and tell Jill that she took the Odyssey 7 information and gave it to Victor. Remember, Billy said that they've been working on that deal for the last several years. Even Jill worked on that deal. And I think she would be even happier to find out that he got the deal. He was the one that closed that deal after all these years. Only for Lily to undermine it, take the information, which is proprietary information, and take it over to the competitor to take down Chancellor or remove Billy at the seat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dude, open your mouth. Telling her you felt betrayed doesn't help you. You got to give her the reasons. You got to give her the details. I'm disappointed definitely in Jill, but I was disappointed that Billy didn't stand up for himself. I would have been singing like a Tweety Bird. Hold on, Mom. Let me tell you what happened. First of all, Lily was working with Devon and Nate to have me out. When that didn't work and we unmerged the companies, Lily stayed on only to dethrone me as well and get me kicked out because she wanted to be the top person and not me. She didn't like that you gave me all the power. And then when that didn't work, remember the Odyssey 7 deal, Mom, that you worked on and I now worked on? Well, I closed that deal. It was about to close. However, Lily took that information and gave it to Victor. Victor pitched the guy, and now the guy has backed off. All because your precious little Lily gave him that information and was working with Victor to come at Chancellor. That's how you explain that, Billy. Oh, man. I was like, so many missed opportunities. I'm like, writers, you got to let us write. And who knows? We got to watch the Wednesday episode. Maybe there's a continuation conversation. However, from what we saw on Tuesday, according to Jill told him, you better play nice with Lily to work with her or you out. That's the ultimatum that was in the spoiler for October 15th. Because I was wondering what that ultimatum was, and we found out that that was the ultimatum. That in order to keep his job, he had to get back with Lily and play nice. And if he don't, he was going to be out. Jill was going to take her power back and then reinstall Lily. Billy, at this moment in time, oh, and by the way, fire Phyllis. That's the other part. Phyllis is the other part to get her fired. Billy, if you want your job and you want to keep Lily out, you need to tell the truth. Tell your mama what's going on. I'm serious. So, and I know people are coming after Dewan. Dewan always tend to go against the grain in some kind, and some, and that's him. It is what it is. Just like he didn't like Taylor. He kept running a hashtag, not my Taylor. But, yeah, but the thing is, Dewan says, let me address that comment. Dewan said Jill trusts Lily more than Billy, and certainly she likes Lily more than Red. Okay, the question is, should she trust Lily, though? Because I don't think that Jill is going to be happy about the fact that a project that our company has been working on for years, you got in your feelings because you didn't get what you want. And you took that information to Victor Newman. So she might trust her for now, but I don't think that's going to be something that she will be happy about if she found out what Lily did with Odyssey 7. You know what, Jenna? They writing her that way because she's always been like that about Billy. She thinks Billy is screw up. I mean, Jack thinks the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Bree says, so basically Lily secured the same position Nikki would have offered her. She's still not running the company like she wants. Lily is fighting for nothing. You are absolutely right, because if Billy plays nice with Lily, Lily would be second in command. Because remember, Billy still have power over her if Billy brings Lily back. So you're absolutely correct. All it did was change faces. So either you work with under Nikki or you work under Billy. You still second in position. Hey, Melissa Spencer said we only got 40 likes and 91 people watching. Hit that like button, you guys. So yeah, I was disappointed in that, but I was also disappointed in Billy not speaking everything. You got to tell her everything, Billy. Because I don't think, and I wouldn't mind Jill saying, Lily, how dare you come and try to tell me about my son destroying my company when you tried to destroy my company by teaming up with Victor and took private information on a project that we've been working on for years to give it to the enemy. So that's the conversation I want to see. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happened in the Wednesday's episode. So I will give this, let's get the grades in. I will give this episode a B. I thought it was pretty good, especially for the fact that, Jill got on my nerves. Billy didn't say what I was hoping he would say. The whole evidence being found by chance. What is Daniel going to do next? So I want to see what grade you guys give Young and the Restless for today. All right, B, 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 B. Yep, I thought it was pretty decent. I'm curious to see what tomorrow's going to look like. Which, of course, for us that watch it a day ahead, we'll get to see that sometime in the next several hours. So I am looking forward to it. Okay, we got a lot of B's. We got one A+, a B+, some C's. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so let's switch gears. And let's see what happened on The Bold and the Beautiful. And to me, this whole thing was just... Bree says she gave it a B-. I didn't care to see Jill at all. Billy should have cut off the camera. Oh, Bree, I know you're going to have a lot to say tomorrow. Oh, by the way, Bree, our other show starts back up tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Sisters, the new season starts up tomorrow. Just so you know. I was going to send you a message, so what that is, you guys, if you were on the previous season of Sisters, Bree and I will go live after the show. It's a show that happens on BET, and it's like a primetime soap. And we usually talk about it for about a half an hour, do our recap on it on Wednesday nights. So the TV show Sisters is starting back up tomorrow. Oh, you guys, yes. Jacqueline asked how Trish was doing. I did reach out to Trish. She messaged me yesterday. She's still hanging in there. She says still surreal. She misses her husband every day with every fiber of her DNA, as she described it. And they're doing a celebration of life this week. They had all of the services a couple weeks ago, but they're doing a celebration of life this week as well. So that's the update I have on her. But she thanked all of you for giving her the well wishes and keeping her in our thoughts. All right. Let's move on to The Bold and the Beautiful. The scene at the hospital with Steffy and Finn. Okay, they cute together. No problem. We'll do Cheryl. Oh, okay. Okay, good, Bree. I was wondering. I was like, I had to get that message out to you. I wanted to remind you. Yeah, that whole scene with Finn and Steffy, I'm like, okay, they a little romantic, kissy face. He changing his shirt. I gotta tell you, Tanner Novlin got abs for days. The man got a 6-pack for days. I'm like, you go, Tanner. Steffy and Finn in this office scene, that's all we got. Exactly, TA. I'm like, they should have just threw all of the papers across the floor to the desk and do what they do. And nope, we got none of that. They better not disappoint us on Friday when we get this romantic evening with Hope and Carter. So we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, to me, you know what? I don't. It was just conversation where oh, dad is at the house with mom, and I don't know, it would be nice. I'm not going to play matchmaker, but it'd be nice if mom and dad get back together. And look like Finn turned around and said, well, hey, they not married, so Brooke and Ridge is not married, so anything is free game. I'm like, okay, Finn, but they still in a relationship, I think. But Finn was like, look, they ain't married, so if something happened with your mama, she can't say nothing. Sharon said, I never saw anything like that in my doctor's office. I know, right? You know what, Melissa? They used to be hot, but I think because they watered down their romantic scenes, now it's like, because we don't really get to see a lot of the hotness no more. And so it's just like, yeah, okay, Finn and Steffi. He ain't got no shirt on, whatever. But yeah, the man got 6 packs for days. So shout out to Tanner Nobling for giving us the abs. All right. And thank you for the compliment, Dolores Stewart. Yes, I know that we try to have a good time over here on this show. Yeah, hit that like button. Bree said Finn can help me with headaches. Girl, you are too funny. Sandra said, when I saw Sin, I was like, good, finally a love scene. Steffi stops it again. This is happening too much for a couple. What is going on? I know, right? I think we got more romance and chakra time yesterday with seeing Taylor straddle Ridge sitting on his lap. That's the closest thing we could say that's frisky, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. Then we had a conversation, moving from that whole thing that was womp. We had a conversation between Eric and Ridge, and Eric is asking, like, what the French toast is going on with you and Taylor. How about, Eric, what the French toast is this any of your business? Why? Because Brooke came over there whining and crying to you about, oh, Ridge and Taylor spend too much time together, and you know what? I'm going to go over there and be a stalker and sneak around Steffi's house to see what Ridge and Taylor are doing. I'm like, really? And then when Ridge come over there looking for Brooke, I'm like, why don't you go to Brooke's house? Why you come over there? Oh, that's right, I forgot. Eric called him. I was headed to see Brooke. You called me. What you want? Eric was like, what's going on with you and Taylor? I'm like, dude, are you Brooke's gatekeeper? Why do you care? That man, even though it doesn't seem like for right now anything is romantic, even though I think they're about to put them in a triangle, it's like, Eric, why are you asking? Why are you asking? Is that any of your business? And then he broke down the whole broken heart syndrome. And actually, Eric was like, that's an actual true condition, and I'm glad that she's okay. And what does this mean for you and Taylor? And Ridge was talking about how she had this emotional breakthrough that was so powerful. And I'm like, okay, did that answer satisfy you, Eric, or are you still trying to be messy? Yeah. So, Bree says that I feel CBS has stopped all the love scenes on the soap of 2024. I'm disappointed. Me too. Love scenes bring the majority of excitement in the soaps. That's what, let me tell you something. I'm going to go back way back when. And I remember when I was single digits as a kid. My mom did not like to let us watch soaps because she said it was too much at that time scenes, and of course it wasn't like X or R or anything like that, but for 1970s and 80s when the soaps was on, there was a lot of romance scenes and a lot of messiness. So my mom was like, no, I don't want you young y'all to be watching the soaps and stuff like that. And now, of course, I have a soap channel. Shout out to my mom. She's still with us. 73, Lord. Anyway, she did not want us to watch them because it had a lot of scenes in some of the stuff, even back in the day. That tells you now, fast forward to 24, that everything has been watered down. Everything has been watered down. You know? I know, Cheryl. Listen, everything changed after 2020. And I know we needed to stay 6 inches away. And, we had to. The soaps went off. We had a break from like, what was it, May through August? Or April through August. Because Keisha and I was trying to figure out what to do that year in 2020. We was like, well, should we come up with some stuff when we had the podcast? Because we had that big gap of nothing to talk about. But anyway, yeah, so everything is so watered down. I think the best we got is somebody that whole thing with Ridge and Taylor. Those scenes was like watching HBO and Cinemax. I know, Jacqueline. Listen, they showed a lot of stuff. I mean, even the physical fights and stuff was a lot more graphic, They even, unfortunately, which obviously it's a good thing that they changed, we even saw things go so far as like grape scenes, like stuff like that. I mean, that's how visual everything was back then. Now, they cut a lot of that out, thank goodness, because we're in a time period where, that should not be on screen unless it's in a movie or something that's rated at a higher level, like R or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're not getting a lot of that. Anyway, back to the soaps. Brooke came up in there, and we come off this continuation of yesterday where Brooke confronted Taylor. Taylor had to break it all down. What happened in Europe and what the doctors say out there. Dr. Buckingham did some tests. She's a renowned cardiologist, and said what the situation was. And she was kind of skeptical. And she pretty much told Taylor, don't be trying to use this to get Ridge back in your good graces and trying to take my man. And I'm like, Brooke, are you insecure, ma'am? I mean, yes, I know what you saw, and we thought that was kind of, her with him with the hands on her chest and her straddling him. Yeah, I can understand why. But, Brooke's like, don't get it twisted. I'm going to need you to not use your condition as a way to steal Ridge. And Taylor came back and said, you know what? I don't need no man. And I'm like, girl, stop the cap. You fell out. Obviously you got feelings for this man, because if you didn't have feelings for this man, you wouldn't have had the reaction that you did by passing out, seeing Ridge and Brooke kissing in the studio a week and a half ago. What are you talking about? And that same man that you claimed that you don't need or don't want, the way you was looking googly-eyed, and he had to help you off the floor, and you appreciated him taking you to the doctor. Stop it. My thing is, if you're going to say something like that, yeah. You need your actions have to reflect otherwise. Because if that really wasn't an issue for you, what are you brokenhearted about if you don't need Ridge? You got feelings for that man. Stop it. You telling Brooke that because you want to try to get her off your back. But the main reason why you were enjoying the attention of Ridge coming over there, taking you to the doctor, pleading with you, keeping your secret, you falling out on the floor, nearly tore the curtains off the wall, because of what you saw in that studio. Stop. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So, why does she need to tell Brooke anything? I mean, honestly, she should have kicked Brooke out, Jenna. She don't have to explain anything to Brooke. First of all, why are you sneaking around Steffi's house? You don't live there. If you had an issue with what you saw, like we said on yesterday's live, go talk to Ridge. Go talk to Ridge. I mean, seriously. So for her to sit up there and I confronted Taylor, because that goes into that conversation that we see on the left hand side, the third picture down, where Ridge was having a conversation with Brooke, and she does not look happy. And Ridge was like, look, I was coming home to tell you everything. I had to keep it a secret because she wanted me to keep it a secret. And she got this situation going on and blah, 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 blah. And she is hotter than fish grease right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, now the proof is going to be in the pudding, which I don't think Taylor's word is going to stand on that. Because in one breath you tell Brooke you don't need no man, and in the next breath you've been telling your daughter about how much you love him and that man is the love of your life. So make it make sense. Which one is it, ma'am? You waffling like Liam? Do you or don't you? Do you or don't you not want Ridge? Stop playing. Ridge loves Taylor, that too. I agree with you, Jenna. I know he does. Why would he be doing all that? Even Brooke was like, you arranged this healer. And she was like, no. Your man, my ex, arranged the chakra healer to come here and do all of this stuff. So, I don't believe anything that's coming out of Taylor's mouth. I think that was window dressing for Brooke. She technically don't have to explain anything to Brooke. But going through that whole soliloquy about that whole thing about what she don't need, then you wouldn't have fell out in the middle of that flow in that studio. It wouldn't have bothered you at all. I mean, seriously. And if you didn't need him, maybe he should have just left you there on the floor. But of course, he didn't leave you there. I know, Jenna, he was crying with Eric about how powerful, everything that happened between the two of them. He sure did. I totally agree. So, Taylor, you can save that message. You going around telling people that you thinking about Ridge? Sure, right. I believe it when I see it. If you had a saw them and it didn't faze you and you keep it moving, then it wouldn't bother you about whether Ridge was around you or not. So, as they say, stop the cap. Angela says, why should they respect Ridge? Is her man. He should respect her. I mean, honestly, he went through all of that. Find a chakra healer and all this stuff. And he enjoyed every moment of that closeness with Taylor sitting on his lap and all that type of stuff. Brooke, you needed to have that conversation with Ridge. Confronting Taylor does nothing but cause more strife between the two of you. Ridge needs to tell his daddy to get lost, and Brooke needs to face reality about Ridge. Absolutely, Jenna. Absolutely. So it's going to be interesting going forward what Taylor does next, because we've heard that before. Both of the ladies said the exact same thing especially even when they had that friendship at the early part of 2023 and that whole pact. Oh, we don't need man, and they had this whole celebratory dance together in the hallway over at Forrester Creation. And in less than a week, Brooke was kissing Ridge under the mistletoe. And then we all know what happened after that. They broke that pact immediately. And y'all were right into a whole triangle with Ridge going into the beginning of 2023. Yes. Yep. Going into the beginning of 2023. Until, Krista Allen left to the fall of the year. So, ladies, these two ladies, Brooke, Taylor, if y'all want, just own your feelings. Y'all both want this man. As Bree and I talked about it on Friday, he must have BDE, because obviously They can't let him go. And Taylor, you're going to have to stand by those words. If you're not really checking for Ridge, we don't need to see you calling him for anything. We don't want to see you doing anything at this point, since you had a breakthrough. And it was so powerful. And now I can tell the world, and I feel so happy and free, and a weight was lifted off me that, everything is hunky-dory and cool and easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, okay. We'll see what Taylor does after this. Let's put your money where your mouth is, or something like that. Yeah. We'll see what her actions say. Yep. Alright, so I will give this particular episode a C+. Let's get the grades in. The sister wives, we need to put this man on a schedule already. Bree, you are hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, we'll see exactly, Jenna. We're going to see what everybody do in this situation. Melissa said if Brooke was to give up and walk away from Ridge and then start seeing someone, will Ridge get jealous and go after Brooke? Probably. He always do. Oh my goodness. Okay, I see the C's, the D's, the C minuses. Yeah, it was just They could have gave us a little bit more of a love scene between Steffy and Finn, but that ain't happening, obviously. Brooke did say she did some research on the condition, and so she realized that, okay, it's actually real. Taylor and Ridge are friends. That is true, but we also have heard Taylor saying that Ridge was the love of her life. Remember when they had the whole before she passed out downstairs in the studio, Taylor was in the CEO office staring at the video screen, crying and getting mystified and all this kind of stuff. That girl still got feelings for him. They might be friends, but Taylor still loves that man. They need to move Taylor over to somebody else, in my opinion. So we gave out our grades. And, we got to stay tuned tomorrow to see what happens. Oh, by the way, she did tell Steffy. About that as well. And Steffy got scared. So we're going to get because they left us with the cliffhanger with Taylor breaking the news to Steffy about this whole condition. So we'll see what Steffy response is. Is she going to go into overprotective mode? Or is she going to try to, tell Brooke, my mom has a condition and you better leave her alone and stay away from her. If I ever do, I'm gonna come for you or whatever. You know how Steffy like to give threats. So I'm wondering if she's gonna put a threat on the table to Brooke to not upset her mother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, you guys. I am really glad that you enjoyed the chats. Yep. Steffy will blame, probably so. It'll become a whole back and forth. Once again, because with the whole, she already blames Brooke for the breakup in her family, so why not blame her for the broken heart too? You know what I mean? Oh, thanks, Jasmine. Yeah, we try to have fun in here. I like to keep it fun for you guys. We still got to plan another trivia night. We had so much fun with that last trivia night that we did, so we're going to put some more activities together. It's just so much going on. And, right now it's me and Bree. Because, of course, everything Trish is going through. Jay is very busy as well. Because he does a lot of streaming on his own, in his own genre. But he pops in from time to time. And then Keish is, her. Everybody know the situation with her. So she won't be back for a while. Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to end it here. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Maybe go get you some tacos or taquitos or whatever your favorite foods is today. I actually made some chicken wings last night and I got leftovers. And I have what is called a cherry bomb hot sauce. Oh, man, it is delicious. And I'm going to, put a little bit of sauce on the side with my chicken wings. So that's what I got on this Tuesday. So whatever your snack or dinner of choice, enjoy it. And I think it's called J Money, Myra. I'll ask him, but he does a lot of streaming with gaming. So if that's your thing, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. But I will get a chance to talk with you guys tomorrow, and Bree and I will do the midweek chat as well. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video has been posted. I'm T from Soap Corner Talk. And until the next one, we'll see you all soon. Bye, Soapies.